For the flap part, you need some white and blue thread, something to measure the flap with, a pair of scissors, a hook and a needle. You make the tip of the flap with the white thread. Start by taking the thread around your fingers, across, and then take the one further behind under the one in front of it, and then you just make 2 more loops here, so, and let go, and then you take the thread through that loop hole, this big one, and another one through both of these, another one, and through both of these, and you make 4 of these. Then you tighten this hole here by pulling from this one, and then you turn. Make 1 extra loop here. Then you take a loop through the next loophole here on the previous row, and another one through both on your hook, and again from the next one, and you make 6 of these. Then you turn, make 1 extra loop. On the 3rd row you make 2 loops in every other loophole and 1 in every other. You begin with making 2 here, and 1 here, and then again 2, and you make 1 extra loop, and you continue by making 2 in every other loophole and 1 in every other one. Then you turn again, and you make 1 extra loop, and on the 5th row you make 1 loop in each loophole. And after that you don't turn, you just make one extra loop here, and you make 10 loops here on this straight side. Just try to make them even. Then turn, make one extra loop, and continue making 10 on this side. And you don't start from the first hole, you start from the second. And one more here to this far end. Then you turn, and now you change the color. You take the blue thread and you loop it here as the extra loop, and then you just continue with the blue thread. Don't start from the first hole, but from the second. Then turn, make one extra loop, and starting from the second loophole, and then you make one more here to this very end. Turn, extra loop, and again starting from the second, and on every row you do the same. Make this blue part so that it's about 2.5 inches long, and then we end it. The last row you make so that you don't make an extra loop here. You take a loop from the second hole and straight through the one on your hook, and one more, and then you continue the same kind of loops you made before. Until you have 3 last loopholes here left. So this is normal one, and then you make one like you did in the beginning, skip one, and the last one like this again. Then you turn, don't make an extra loop, skip the first loophole and take a loop through the next one and straight through the one on your hook again, and straight through the one on your hook, and then similar as you did before here in the middle, and again when you have 3 last loopholes here, you make a loop that goes straight through the one on your hook, skip one, and then loop through there and straight through the one on your hook. Make it a bit longer and just cut it. Then you end these, tighten the hole here in the middle, end them with the needle, and you do it just like you did before with your sneaker. Here in this corner you make a knot here so that it will stay, and then you just end them. And the one on this corner, and you can make a knot here, just take it through and through the loop there, and then you just end it. Then take some white thread and the needle, and you start sewing this flap or this tip part of it here. First you begin by hiding this thread here, and then you go back and you can make one knot here. Then take your flap and connect this white corner to this white corner. And when you sew, you take this lower part of the loop hole here and the inner part of this loop hole down here, and you sew from those. Again, the inner part of this and the inner part of the loophole here. And make sure that this tip part will stay even, so this white corner here and here will be on the same level. And when you get to this corner, you take the thread inside the sneaker first. You can make one knot, and then you hide it here between these loops. And you cut the rest.